Tonight, French authorities now say they're looking for 2 suspects in connection to last week's terror attacks in Paris. The brother of one of those suspects is urging him to surrender. French warplanes continue to bomb Islamic State targets in Syria, and a soccer stadium in Hanover, Germany was evacuated today after a threat, but no explosives were found there. Meanwhile, the debate continues here in the U.S. whether thousands of Syrian refugees should be accepted here. Kristen Kennedy talked to a U.K. professor who has experience studying migrants and refugees.
Professor Stephen Voss says our perspective of the refugee reality is sometimes skewed.
On the one hand, there's the very sympathetic side that sees them as these families fleeing certain death, and then the other side is the sort of evil romanticism of seeing as these terrorists or plotters who are going to get here and do dastardly things. Mostly these are young, kind of scared, kind of confused, mostly friendly guys.
Voss cautions state leaders against shutting out refugees.
The vast flood of people fleeing Syria are not terrorists.
And he's equally as cautious about accepting all.
That's much too optimistic to think that we can do really fine, thorough investigations in a place we don't control.
Back in 2009, investigators arrested and charged 2 Iraqi refugees living in Bowling Green with violating federal terrorism laws.
I think to be safe, we shouldn't be admitting people from these countries that have radical Islamic movements, and we have to be very careful about those who come here as refugees.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul introduced legislation Monday that would suspend visas for countries with a high risk of terrorism.
If you live in a country where radical Islam is a huge and significant movement, we don't want you to immigrate, visit, or study in our country. We want to make sure you're not a terrorist before you come over here.
Voss says leaders must balance humanitarian goals with security risks. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
The State Department says the U.S. is still on track to accept 10,000 Syrian refugees in 2016. Late this afternoon, the White House held a conference call with governors around the country to talk about the refugees.